It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Good morning. If you've just woken up, you came to the right place to enjoy your Wednesday. Now, this morning, we're joined by the very talented Aiden Pienaar, chef and author of Mexico in Mzansi. Now, Aiden blends traditional South African flavors with a Mexican cuisine twist, and we're excited to hear all about it. Plus, later, he'll be joining us for our, I'm going to try again, Aiden, bear with me here, culinary hotline bling. Thank you, Graham. I appreciate that support. Love you. Let's get into the chat. Aiden is on our couch. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay,
Thank you for having
we're
me.
warming up. We're here. Are you excited to be here?
I am very excited.
I'm excited to have
Nice
you.
and early, but
yes.
early bird, eh?
And then also waking us up with some beautiful cuisine.
Of course.
Okay, Aiden, let's get into talking about your upbringing.
Sure.
Very interesting one at that. I heard that growing up, your parents always threw Mexican-themed parties, which is very
That's right,
interesting.
that's right.
And I wonder if this is where your love for the cuisine came from and how that sort of carried into your adulthood.
It definitely did. You know, I think as a kid, you just want to see smiles, and that was it. You know, Mexican. I think the tequila had a lot to do with it. But everything was always just so jolly, and that's kind of what I brought from that. And growing up, of course, the Jamie Olivers, they inspired me. And then I actually had an opportunity to work with, or in Los Angeles rather. And I think there's a big Mexican influence there. That's obviously much later in life. And it just grounded what I wanted to do from a very young age.
Wow, that's incredible. Also, just the alignment, all the stars coming together.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It makes sense. It's so beautiful. So opening your first restaurant, huge milestone. I can imagine the joys and celebrations that come with it. But let's talk about the challenges. What were some of those uphill moments that you want to share with us?
I think first and foremost is, will they like it? Obviously. I think Mexico in Mzansi, it is a very new age style Mexican. It's not all cheesy and spice and everything, because Mexican cuisine, and in Mexico, they actually use chilies for flavor rather than spice.
Okay.
And to kind of bring that across and just say that Mexican is not just quesadillas and nachos and poppers, you know, there's so much more to Mexican.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest challenge for me, to bring that across and kind of like educate the country at least, you know, to basically say this is Mexican in a new way.
Yeah. And thank you for bringing that to us, because even in the Mexican restaurants, or most of them that we go to, it's kind of Tex-Mex. It's a take on Mexican,
correct,
but not the true authentic version of it. So we love to see it. All right, talk to me about this cookbook. It looks absolutely great.
Yeah.
What was the creative process going into it?
Well, this cookbook is directly linked to the restaurant I had. All the recipes in there has been taken from then, but then also just adjusted to the home cook to make it a bit easier.
I love that.
The Mexico in Mzansi is obviously who doesn't like South African food.
Yeah.
And Mexican, I think it's two very bold flavors that come together. And it's been a dream of mine ever since I can remember, really. Ever since I had the restaurant, I just wanted to share my knowledge. It was nothing else. I wanted to bring across, you know, social media, yes, that's great.
Yep.
But I was bored, so I wrote a book.
I love this. Please be bored some more. Creativity always comes from those in-between spaces, which we love. I do have a question about your parents. Have they approved? Do they love it?
Oh, they do.
Have you cooked
They
for them?
do. Of course I did.
Do you
Of
still
course.
have tequila parties and Mexican
Yes,
parties?
we do.
Yes,
We do. Of course.
I love to
yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
What is it about the Mexican cuisine and also South African cuisine that really complements each other? Is it the spices,
I think,
approach to cooking?
Yes, I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
I think spices for sure. Obviously the Cape Malay as well coming in.
Right.
With the chakalaka, there's a bit of curry powder in there. And then obviously cooking techniques. In Mexican cuisine, they do use a lot of fire, as we do. You know, the
Yes.
braai. So I kind of took a little bit of the flavor and the cooking techniques and just mashed them together.
I love that. And we're going to see that mashup today.
Definitely.
Going through so many recipes. I heard about tacos, also chakalaka, having that
endless.
South African twist. I can't wait to get into it. When people pick up your book, when they order it, when they go through it, what do you want them to take away from this, Aiden?
Number one, flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, Mexico and Mzansi, it's, I kind of have this idea of bringing family together, because I think also with the braai and with Mexican cuisine as a whole, it's a lot of sharing. Okay, so it's about bringing family together, bringing friends together, and just enjoying time in the kitchen. Really.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where you have the most fun.
Yeah.
It's where we bond. I love
Definitely.
it. All right, this is not the last time we're going to hear from Aiden. He's going to stick around for the rest of the morning as we get into our culinary hotline bling. But we want to hear from you. We want you to send a voice note over to us if you have any questions for the man. We have him here today. So go ahead and do that. Also, we are giving away a couple of cookbooks. So make sure that you enter our competition across our social media. You can find us at Expresso Show. Go answer that question with your craziest, funniest, most heartwarming cooking story, and we'll make sure that we get a book over to you. But make it good, okay? Because we've had some great responses so far. Thank you so much, Aiden.
Awesome. Anytime.
Awesome.